Welcome back to Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Cruiser Mark III. It's a Tier 3, is it Tier 3 or Tier 2? I think it's actually Tier 2 British light tank. It's located on the south spawn of mines, and this one is under the command of MCHammereD. Well, this is quite a difference from the replay by Oppenheimer, but it was every just as special for this player, MCHammereD, as it was for Oppenheimer to get his third mark on that Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. Well, what can I say about this particular tank? Well, the Cruiser Mark III was a design that was from the pre-war, 1936. It was riveted steel. In fact, I think you can see the rivets because they put them into the model. So it was riveted steel, not welded steel. And, well, they had a choice of weapon, including a 15mm Beezer gun. It's a machine gun, the same as on the Vickers Light Mark 6C. Or you could have a 2-pounder gun, or you could have a 40mm pom-pom. And that's the top gun, and I think that's probably what MCHammereD has. Yes, he has got the top gun. So he gets one shot in. And I think that T46 fire back puts one more in. Now, what else can I tell you about the Cruiser Mark III? Well, they only built 65 of them, or rather they purchased 65 of them, and they were actually source service in North Africa. It wasn't hugely reliable, unfortunately, because it wasn't designed specifically for the North African environment. And, well, his teammate is now fighting it out against the Panzer 1C, and that's going to be difficult because the Panzer 1C, if it's got the machine gun, it can be very, very efficient. Or is it is it Panzer 1C? Well, he blasts in 4 rounds from the pom-pom. It is a Panzer 1C. Okay, but he hasn't got the machine gun. Fires one in, gets a hit. Guy's running for it. Misses on the 3rd round, or the 4th round rather. Now he reloads the magazine. It's 4 shells, 7.5 seconds to reload the mag. Each of those shells is capable of doing 45 alpha. So you can do 180 hit points of damage if you can get all 4 to connect. This is better. He's aiming it, and yes, gets a kill on the MKA rather. But there's another one up there. In fact, his team is not doing too well. The enemy is almost at our cap. So he's actually abandoned, he's using his minimap, he's abandoned his attack to the north, and he's coming back to help his teammates. And I suspect that he's probably going to try and take out the enemy who happens to be on the hill, because they might take him out if he goes directly to the cap area. He can deal with these guys here first, if he can get shots into them. The T-70 is hiding behind a rock, but he can fire at that Cruiser one and gets the kill. Now they are capping, but it's only one in the cap so far. The BT-7 is on the hill. Just saw it, and I think he saw it as well. Yep, so he's doing a quick loop-the-loop, and he's going to come back for that BT-7 first, because, yes, oh, just took a round from a T-29 as well in the tracks. Fixed his tracks. Needs to deal with that BT-7. 2 kills is enough. 2 shots is enough. He's reloaded. Okay, there's still one in the cap. Oh, and the T-29 there's been killed. There's the other T-29. So if he just turns around, has he got enough time to deal with the T-29? No, he's going to have to run to the cap quick, I think, to get the reset. No, he's going to deal with this T-29. The cap's been reset. In fact, now he's choosing his position, his killing ground, to try and take out that T-29. So he's going to actually go back into the cap area and then possibly make his way down to the west side of this cap area so he can engage that T-29. Or is he going to stay here? I think he's going to stay here. There's the T29 coming up. No, be careful. Don't want to flip over. Well, we've lost 2 tanks in quick succession. And now that leaves MCHammereD as the last member of his team alive. So he's got to carry the team and save the day. Now we've lost sight of that enemy, but he's probably lost sight of us too. There he is. Well, he got 3 shots in, missed on 1, but he's waiting for the reload. He should be able to finish that T29 off with his next salvo. Here we go. Oh, takes a round, but yes, gets the T29. Now, he needs to move from this position because there are still some enemy tanks out there. In fact, the enemy's got a Cruiser 3, and there's the Panzerjäger. Now, he's trying to get behind the rock. Ouch, took a round in the tracks. Only 40 hit points, blocked. Now, the Panzerjäger is chasing him. So I think he's probably going to have to deal with this guy before going to the enemy cap area. Gets 2 in. Yeah, the Panzerjäger's got a bit longer on the reload, so that's why he's going to have to be careful. And also, I'm afraid MCHammereD actually does have a dead loader, and he gets the kill with one of the shots. He needs to. Oh, he's got the loader back in now. Now he's changing direction. He's not going to go up that side now because the enemy's going to be expecting him. Oh, somebody's capping! Oh, now this is interesting. He's decided not to go the same route he went before because the enemy's probably expecting that because that's where they last saw he was, where he was. He's actually going to approach from a different angle, and this will probably save his neck. He's just going to be around the corner. And he's like, there he is. All 4 rounds went in, but wasn't enough to kill him with that salvo, so he's going to have to load another mag and try again. Okay, he's ready to go. Hold on a sec. Blind firing. Nope, that didn't work. Can change position. And he's going to do that good. The only other tank, of course, is that Cruiser Mark III on the enemy team. But we haven't seen him yet, so I'm wondering... Oh! Well, we can see the MKA now. 1 shot's enough. And that's a Top Gun. Beautifully done that, actually. He could just see the top of the turret. He dialed in the aim and fired and bang. Kill. So there's only 1 left to get. And he's changing direction again. Good idea. Now I think what he'd like to do is go into the castle grounds and spot for that Cruiser Mark III. He's not an AFK, he is definitely in the game. He's been spotted, but he's just not spotted at the moment. And my guess is he's probably trying to defend his cap area. Okay, well, he's into the castle grounds. This tank, by the way, has a Christie suspension, which is funny because that's the same suspension you'll find on the BT7, the one that he killed. Okay, no sign of the Cruiser Mark III. He could be in any one of those bushes. Right, it's going to check from a different angle. Oh, don't flip over. I wouldn't blind fire. Not at this stage. That's where he was last seen, just in that spot there. He could easily have changed position. He's got plenty of time, 5 minutes 42 seconds. In fact, actually, some of the people actually mentioned that in chat. He's got plenty of time, 6 minutes. And they're saying, take your time. And one of them says, but win. Oh, I'm sure he's going to do that. I don't think the enemy's going to appear. I think MCHammereD's actually going to have to go to the cap and find him that way. But he's only got 42 hit points left. So basically the cruiser, who's the same tank as he is, he's got an alpha damage of 45. So he could be one-shotted. And they're having a discussion in chat about where the enemy might be or what he might be doing. And somebody was saying he might be upside down. Well, that's a possibility. He might have flipped. MCHammereD nearly flipped a couple of times. Okay. Well, he has to make a move. He can't sit here forever. Plenty of time to cap, but the question is which way to approach. You could approach through cover by going from the east side. Alternatively, you could do the direct route, but obviously that may be the way that the Cruiser 3 is expecting him to go. Or you could go over to the island and approach from that direction. And that's probably the safest route because he's probably not expecting MCHammereD to come over the island. Of course, the alternative is he goes down one of these passes here, drops to the water. Just have a quick look. Goes down using the depression there. No, he's decided he's not going to do that. There he is. Oh, he is flipped. Oh, now you can dump all your shells and get a Phaeton's medal here. Just fire all your shells into the wall. Oh, he doesn't do it. He did flip. But he wins the game. So well done there to MCHammereD in the Cruiser Mark III. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tank for MCHammereD in the Cruiser Mark III. He got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 11. He got a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He got an Orlik medal. He destroyed 2 or more enemy tanks in a light tank, or enemy tanks or tank destroyers in a light tank in one battle when they have to be at least 1 tier higher. He got a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and he also picked up a high caliber, which is normally unheard of at tier 2, simply because you don't do that much damage. You've got to get over 1,000 hit points and damage just to get the high caliber, but he easily passed that. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, there you go, 1,177 hit points of damage. Nobody else managed to get over 1,000 hit points. The closest was the M2 light tank on the enemy team with 684. When it came to kills, he got 7 in the end. Nobody else managed to get above 2. And there was 5 tanks on the enemy team who managed to get 2 kills. And, well, that cruiser tank, well, he probably flipped early on in the game. It says his name is Game Over. Yes, it was Game Over. When it came to base XP, yes, MCHammereD managed to get 1,155. That's a very good ace at tier 2. And nobody else managed to get even close to that. That's more than double the next highest player, which was in fact the T116 who got 487. And then the M2 light tank on the enemy team with 471. He fired 53 rounds, got 30 direct hits and 29 penetrations, damage of 1,177 hit points, of which 60 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits, 1 was penetration, 2 non-penetrations, and he damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 7, and got 65 defense points, resetting the cap. So if he'd actually just left it a little while longer whilst one of the enemy tanks was capping, he might have ended up with a defender medal as well. He earned 15,261 credits on a premium count, and after ammunition resupply and consumables, or repair rather, And these shells are really, really cheap. He actually still took away a profit of 16,820 credits. He received 1,155 XP, times 2 for the first victory, 3,466 for personal missions payout, took away 6,932 experience points altogether. And he says, quite proudly, aced it. Yes, you definitely aced it. You might have ended up with a Phaeton panel, as I suggested. If what you'd done, once you put those first 3 rounds into the Cruiser Mark III, you could dump all of the other ammo but 1 round and hold on to that 1 round and then kill the enemy with that 1 round, and you would have ended up with the Phaetons. And some people actually do take that opportunity, but I suppose given that it was so close to the end of the game anyway, you probably felt it was better to just dispatch him as quickly as possible, and then there'll be a great sigh of relief for the rest of the team. But yes, it's a possibility. Do consider that in future. Dump all your spare ammo except 1 shell and then finish the enemy off with that 1 shell. And even if that shell didn't do the damage it needed to, you could always ram kill them anyways and get rid of them that way. But yeah, well done. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.